58 BCE, Rome's northern frontier waits, untamed, unbound, and unprepared for the ambition of one man. Fresh from his consulship, Julius Caesar takes command of 4 legions on the edge of civilization. He reaches Geneva, greets veterans by name, and promises fame and plunder. 360,000 Helvetii abandon their alpine valleys, seeking a new homeland through Roman lands. Caesar refuses them passage. Instead, he destroys the Rhine bridges and calls for reinforcements. At dawn, Romans strike mid-crossing, splitting the Helvetii column in 2. Outnumbered yet unbroken, Caesar wheels his cohorts on a hill near Bibracta and crushes the Helvetii counterattack. Survivors are ordered back to their ravaged homelands, an example to every tribe of Gaul. Caesar reports swift victory and requests more legions from Rome. Northern tribes unite, fearing Rome's advance. Caesar marches before they can strike. Engineers throw timber bridges across the Rhine under enemy glare. Caesar dares them to attack. In a sudden storm, the nervy swarm Caesar's camp, saved only by the general's personal charge. Within a year, Gaul's north is pacified. Caesar's legend grows. Rome begins to worry. To awe Germanic warlords, Caesar builds a bridge across the mighty Rhine in just 10 days. He spends 18 days east of the river, burns villages, then dismantles the bridge plank by plank. Southeast Gaul calls for help against Ariovistus. Caesar answers. Caesar's disciplined lines break German wedges. Ariovistus flees across the Rhine, never to return. Legions build fortified winter quarters. Caesar writes dispatches. All Gaul is pacified. The Senate murmurs. Has Caesar grown too powerful? But Gaul is far from quiet, and Caesar's ambition knows no border. From the Arverni tribe rose a new leader, Vercingetorix, young, charismatic, and ruthless. He lit the flame of rebellion. Across Gaul, tribes rose against Rome's iron grip. Caught off guard, Caesar scrambled. With winter still deep, the revolt spread like fire. Supplies were cut, roads were blocked. Even Caesar's allies faltered. But Caesar would not retreat. He marched through blizzards to strike the rebellion's heart. To starve the Romans, Vercingetorix destroyed his own lands, a ruthless, total war. Caesar responded with iron, a ring of siege works, mile after mile surrounding his enemy. He starved out towns, demanded surrender. Those who resisted faced fire and steel. Dozens of towns fell, thousands perished, and still, the tribes would not break. The rebellion grew bolder. Cities revolted. Roman strongholds called desperately for help. At Gergovia, Caesar gambled and lost. The Gauls held the heights. His assault failed. His legions broke off. Hundreds lay dead in the fields. It was his first major defeat in Gaul, and Vercingetorix's legend soared. At Alesia, Vercingetorix was trapped. Caesar encircled the fortress, then was himself encircled. Caesar ordered 2 walls, inner and outer, miles of earthworks against an army twice his size. Trapped within, starved and outnumbered, Vercingetorix held firm as rescue forces closed in. The battle raged for days. Every Roman soldier fought for survival. In the final hour, Caesar himself led a counterattack that shattered the Gallic advance. Vercingetorix surrendered. The greatest threat to Roman rule in Gaul was broken. Alesia marked the end. Caesar had done the impossible, and all of Gaul bowed to Rome. Caesar's conquest had doubled Rome's land, bringing wealth beyond imagining. Spoils of war flooded Italy, gold, slaves, and tales of Caesar's invincibility. In Rome, his victory stirred admiration and deep fear of his rising power. When Caesar returned, he came as Gaul's conqueror and a man who could no longer be ignored. He had faced countless enemies, crossed rivers and mountains, and bent a continent to his will. But peace in Gaul was only a prelude. Ahead loomed the most dangerous conflict of all: civil war